home and finance radio show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries. As we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media, this is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me. First, there are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Boy, you look at today's date on the calendar, then you look at the list of what should we be celebrating today. National Countdown Day. So I guess that's as close as I have to a countdown, so we'll stick with that one. National Common Courtesy Day. Shouldn't that be every day? Just a thought right there. National Fragrance Day. Got a bad feeling.
Got a bad feeling about this.
French Bread Day. I like that one. You can always go with that. Single Parent Day. That's a lot of hard-working people right there. So we can accept that one as well. National Kick Butts Day. I don't know about that one. We'll give that one the buzzer as well. Okay, National California Strawberry Day. A little whipped cream on that, please. I guess we can live with that one. That'll work. How about checking out the markets today? We've been watching them all morning, as we do every day for you. What's going on in the markets before we get to our gasoline prices? We'll check on those for you as well. But I am looking and seeing that the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 116 points. Oil up $1.36 a barrel. Gasoline, 256.6 is the national average. I was listening to a broadcast yesterday. I was out visiting some friends in the Coachella Valley the last couple of days, and I was listening to the broadcast out there, and they're chatting about gasoline prices and where you can get the cheapest gas. $3.42.4 is the cost of a gallon of gasoline in Taxifornia. $3.42.4. That is the average for Taxifornia. And it was fascinating because they didn't want to talk about the idea that in Missouri it's over $1 a gallon cheaper, $2.27.8 in Missouri. And then you start looking around the different areas of California, Taxifornia, the county of Orange at 346.7. 346.7. Riverside, 341, higher than, or just a little bit less than the state average, 341 for Riverside County. San Diego County, 345. Think about all these issues right there. Imperial County, 320. So we're paying $1 a gallon, just about $1 a gallon, more than the national average. Close to, I call it 85 cents, 86 cents, more than the national average for gasoline. Why do you think that would be? Almost $1 a gallon more. A little bit painful if you are a Californian. We like to drive a lot. But gasoline, 255.6 national average, 342.4 right here in Taxifornia. Can we have some more taxes, please? Just looking at those. And then we continue on with the news of the day. What's going on in the news today? We're watching a lot of different stories. Thank goodness. I'll say it. A lot of people won't say it. But the Austin bomber killed himself with explosives. Yeah, I know a lot of folks are not going to say that, but too bad he didn't do that before he started killing others and terrorizing Texas. Amazing, the Austin bombing case. Now, there is still some worry out there because who knows if he put any other packages in the mail or in the FedEx before he killed himself. Authorities did a great job of catching up to him, and as they were approaching, he ends up deciding, something, I don't think I want to get taken into custody, detonates a bomb that killed himself. No worries there for extended stay in federal prison or state prison. No worries about a long court case. Problem solved. Moving right along, McCabe fired. Still in the news, Deputy Director Andrew McCabe allegedly misleading investigators about authorizing a conversation between FBI officials and the Wall Street Journal reporters in 2016. It was intended to rebut allegations that he had slowed down an investigation into the Clinton Foundation.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
According to the Justice Department's Inspector General, McCabe allowed 2 top FBI officials to speak to reporters in an internal review afterward. The former deputy director apparently displayed a quote-unquote lack of candor. To you and me, that would be called lying about the affair, which is a fireable offense at the Bureau, and which is why Attorney General Sessions decided to get rid of him. More fake news out there talking about whether the president is going to fire Special Counsel Mueller. The president says he hasn't even thought about that. But every time there's something going on at the Department of Justice, that is the commentary that the fake news media wants to bring out. And House Speaker Paul Ryan said Tuesday he received assurances that the president is not considering firing Special Counsel Mueller. Do you think that'll end anything in the news? I suggest not. Unbelievable. Star GOP attorney Theodore Olson declines offer to join the Trump legal team. One of Washington's most seasoned attorneys is expected to decline an offer to join President Donald Trump's legal team. The development reflects Trump's continued struggle to attract elite practitioners. You believe that one? I kind of doubt it. Illegals who escaped after the Oakland raid are now caught for committing new crimes. Think about that concept. The Oakland mayor's staff tells them that ICE is coming, and they go out and commit more crimes. Do you think that should be a conspiracy or some sort of crime against the Oakland mayor? I'm a big believer that, something, if she breaks the law, if you and I go and tell people that law enforcement is on the way, we're in trouble. Why not her? Unbelievable. Gun owners, they're suing Florida's bump stock ban. Gun owners have filed a second lawsuit against the state over gun-related provisions in a new school safety law, this time alleging that a ban on bump stocks is an unconstitutional taking of property. Case filed last week in Leon County Circuit Court asked the judge to order full compensation for what the plaintiff's attorneys estimate are tens of thousands or more. Floridians who own bump stocks or similar devices. The ban on bump stocks, which makes semi-automatic weapons fire faster, was included in a new law passed this month in response to the February 14th mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland that left 17 people dead and 17 injured. Here's the issue there. You think that this would have been a fascinating story. Thank goodness, again, as I mentioned before, that the killer in Austin, Texas, the bomber, killed himself. But what do you think would have happened with all the gun marches this coming weekend if they had this narrative out there and the news was covering a legitimate news story about a bomber, not a gun shooter? Think about that one. President Trump congratulated Russian President Vladimir Putin on his re-election.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Security advisors and a briefing material said, do not congratulate, but think about this one, ironically enough, that President Obama called and congratulated the leader, so-called leader, of Iran and Turkey on their elections. Amazing. John McCain even jumps into this one. An American president does not lead the free world by congratulating dictators on winning sham elections. Well, why does every other one do it, Mr. McCain? Just a thought. Unbelievable how they continue this. Stormy Daniels still making millions off of fake news or news that I would suggest, who cares? Back on that one again. So her and now another one of the Trump friends, ex-Playboy model, says that she had an affair with Trump. Again, who cares? Karen McDougal suing to be released from an agreement that mandating her silence. Don't business people constantly settle suits in almost every lawsuit without admitting anything and with a non-disclosure agreement? But in this day and age, something, they can make more money by this continued fake news issues than by adhering to an agreement that they made. Back when they made the agreement, they thought it was a good idea. They thought that, something, we're making some money on this. Why not do it? But I guess that changes when the other party becomes president of the United States. And now you say, something, I can be on the news for the next 20 days or 30 days, maybe more. Think about that concept. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, is a major home renovation worth it in the long run? We're also going to talk about where millionaires are buying homes. That's an interesting story. And there's a lot of different issues that we talk about, a lot of questions we get on credit. So we're going to talk about the most frequently asked questions I get on credit as well. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, it's 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio, or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends over at Gold Star Mortgage. When you've got that next mortgage, when you're ready for that next mortgage, Gold Star has the programs for you. Just give them a call, 800-306-1990. I'll put you in touch with the right people. Get that fast pass loan approval. And hey, just tell them that Ron said. No lender fees for you. You got to call 800-306-1990 so I can put you in touch with the right people. No lender fees when you tell them that you've heard it on Ron Siegel Radio. So what is happening in the mortgage market, in the bond market as we speak today? Fascinating watching these markets. A lot of the things that we've watched, and I've been studying the markets for a lot of decades, and you watch and see what goes on in the market, and it is somewhat fascinating because a lot of the issues that come up on a regular basis are defying the norm. I had this conversation with a gentleman who's buying a new house in Oceanside, California, and our discussion was, when do you want to lock the loan? When do you want to make that commitment? And I said to him that you have to be real careful right now because the markets are operating in an abnormal manner. What do I mean by an abnormal manner? Well, generally, when the stock market goes up, we see bond yields go down. Because we see the bond yields go up because the bonds go down. So, the bonds always work in or the bond yield always goes the opposite direction of the bond itself. That's just mathematics. The part that doesn't always work is when the market goes up. Why do bonds go down when the stock market goes up? Well, they're moving money out of the bond market into the stock market. The smart money buys when the market goes down. Retail investors buy on momentum in many instances, and they may not be buying based exactly on some of the other issues, just fundamentals. So we look and we say, okay, well, the stock market goes up, bond market goes down, which means rates go up. Okay, that got it. But here we had this time on Monday, the stock market went down a lot, which means that bonds should have gone up, rates down. They did not. Yesterday, the stock market went up, which means bonds should have gone down, rates go up. They did. The stock market went up, rates went up. Well, today we're looking and the stock market is up and bonds are down again. So you start wondering about some of these issues. Why is that? Well, the Fannie Mae, I'll share with you right now, down 5 basis points for the bond. That has nothing to do with yield. 10-year Treasury, the yield, that would be the interest, is up 3 basis points to about 2.90. Now, I look at that one real close because we are at about a ceiling on that bond. So on the yield there, on the 10-year Treasury. So when we start watching where that resistance is, we're at 2.9069. 2.9069. The resistance is at 2.908. So we're holding on there. We'll see if that continues to hold on right there. That's going to be a strong point. If the yield keeps going up, We might start seeing interest rates on that 30-year mortgage. We'll talk about that tomorrow morning, especially when when Fannie Mae comes out with their numbers. But we're watching that same bond right now, the Fannie Mae 30-year bond. That's a 4% coupon. Trading right now, and it's below its 25-day moving average. The bond could go up, which would mean the interest rate's down, but we'll see what happens there. But what else is going on in that bond market? So let's check that out. We always look at what's the underlying issues, if there are underlying issues that we can talk about there. Well, we know that the Federal Reserve is in the middle of their meeting right now, 2 o'clock Eastern Time, 11 o'clock for those of you keeping score on the West Coast. We're going to get the statement from the Federal Reserve. They'll give us an insight as to what they're thinking. A lot of vulnerable issues, though, because comments from the regulators on Facebook is still in the news, a data breach issue. But Facebook is up a little bit this morning, so we'll kind of watch where that's going. Very quiet economic news day, but again, the Fed's two-day meeting kicks off today. Fully expect the Fed to hike the Fed funds rate by 0.25% when we get that report from them. We'll continue watching that one for you as well. That's always a big issue. What is the Fed going to say? You'll notice in many instances that the markets really, really watch closely every word, what sentence, what phrase might have differed from one day to the next. So we're going to continue to watch that one. Fed's dot chart, which shows where each of the Fed members believe the Fed funds rate will be over the next few years, will be important. The Mortgage Bankers Association released their mortgage application data for the week. The report showed that overall application volume was down 11% from the previous week. Purchases were up 1%, now 6% from this time last year. So we're watching that one for you. Existing home sales, which tracks closings on existing homes, up 3% in February, which was better than 1% gain expected. Sales very strong, especially when considering that sales in the Northeast were down 12.3%, mostly due to bad weather. And we're in California. We talk about bad weather. It might rain. That's what we call bad weather. It might rain. They're looking for many feet of snow on the East Coast. That's what you call really bad weather. Mortgage bonds moved lower off the 25-day moving average. We talked about that. And we'll see where we go from there. We're going to continue to watch that one for you. Let's initiate, or we're going to try and get to see how many questions we can get through this morning on the most frequent credit questions that we see. So, how can the credit card companies raise my interest rate if I've paid my bills on time? What can I do about it? Well, that used to be an issue that credit card issuers could raise your rate even on existing balances at any time for any reason. But according to the Credit Card Act, a federal law, they can't do that, not on the existing balances. They can raise your rate on your outstanding balance if you're more than 60 days late with a payment, and they can increase the rate on new purchases, but only if they give you 45 days advance notice so you can cancel your account. As for what you can do, the best thing is to try to negotiate a lower rate. You are able to at any time call your credit card issuer and suggest that you'll take your business elsewhere if you can't get a better deal. This works best if you have other credit cards with available credit lines, since the issuer will no doubt review your credit report to decide whether or not to work with you. It's always worth a try, though. Not asking is an automatic no. We'll share that one with you. In fact, I should have. Here's what happens if you don't ask. Yeah, you don't get anywhere. If you can't negotiate a better rate, try transferring your balance to another card, and either one you already have or a new one. So there's the issues right there. You have more leverage. The credit card companies are not stupid. They have the ability, because of your agreement with them, to do what they call a soft pull on your credit. They can pull your credit report and see what your balances are. When they do that soft pull, what they're actually going to find out is, something, you've got a whole bunch of credit cards with a minimal balance on them as compared to the available credit. That is your utilization rate. So when you say, you know something, I'm going to take my business elsewhere, they realize that you can just go in and do a balance transfer. They would be out. And you've got the credit available already. Number 2, a debt collector has contacted me about an old debt. Do I have to pay it? Well, that one there, the answer is it depends. Every state has a statute of limitations which governs how long the creditor or collector has to sue you. If the debt is too old and they try to sue you to collect, you can raise the statute of limitations as a defense. That means they don't have much leverage in terms of forcing you to pay, and that gives you more leverage to negotiate a settlement or just to tell them, take a hike. For more information to fully understand your rights, check with a local or with your state attorney general's office, or you can call a consumer attorney. We can put you in touch with one of those. Christine Kingston is her married name. Does a great job for a lot of our clients. If the debt is too old, you can simply write to the collection agency, indicate that you believe that the debt is outside the statute of limitations, and instruct it to stop contacting you. Send your letter via certified mail. Keep a copy for your records. And if you're worried about your credit report, keep in mind that collection items may only be reported for up to 7.5 years from the date you fall behind with the original lender. Notice I said original lender, because each time they sell it, they might sell the debt. They sell the debts to collectors. So each time they do that, they might try and re-age it, and you have the right to say to the collector, hey, I want full details on everything about this transaction, and then you can point out to them, hey, you know something, this is 10 years old. You have no statute of limitations right to sue me, and I don't believe it's accurate. Take a hike, pound sand. Those are all options for you. We'll continue with our list of the most commonly asked credit questions when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. Is a major home renovation worth it in the long run? We'll talk about that as well. And paying off, or where millionaires are buying homes. We'll talk about that one too. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Hey, good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Steve. David, good to see you. Adrian, nice to see you. Sid, Jim, Christopher, Edwin, Mark, good to see all of you with us. And we'll be back in just a few.
Our house in the middle of a street. Our house in the middle.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal Housing Lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. In the real-time real estate segment today, being brought to you by the area-trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text Toolkit to 79564, Toolkit to 79564. Get the Ultimate Home Finance Toolkit. It is totally compliments of Ron Siegel Radio. Mortgage calculators, affordability worksheets, access to real-time interest rates. They're all in the toolkit. Just text again, toolkit, to 79564. Is a major home renovation worth it in the long run? Key word there is the long run. Last week, if you followed some of our social media channels, we shared something called 7 factors to consider when choosing a home to retire in. For some homeowners, these 7 factors can be taken into account with a home renovation, but is it worth it to remodel or change floor plans? So let's look at an example. Let's say you have a 4-bedroom colonial-style home in a great school district. The neighborhood is amazing, and you're very comfortable there, but your kids are all grown up, and the original benefits of the home no longer apply. Always wanted a huge master suite and are considering merging 3 of the smaller bedrooms on the 2nd floor to achieve this dream. In the short term, you're over the moon excited about your newly renovated oasis. In the long term, when you go to sell your home down the road, you've now taken a 4-bedroom home in a great school district and turned it into a 2-bedroom home. Your pool of potential buyers has shrunk significantly, and so has the value of your home unless you're able to find someone who has the exact same needs you have today. Why not consider listing your 4-bedroom home now and moving into a gorgeous 2-bedroom with a master suite? Your house can become a home for the next family looking for that perfect neighborhood with a great school district to raise their kids in. You may even be able to achieve your dream in the same area you love without having to give up your favorite restaurants and grocery stores. And I know about the restaurants for sure. Bottom line, if you're debating a major renovation that would change the layout of your home, before you pick up that sledgehammer, let's get together and discuss the available listings in the area that might be good for you. Just a thought for you. And you know something. The biggest idea here is, as I always share with you, just give me a call at 800-306-1990. Let's chat about your needs and let's deal with your short and long-term goals. See what makes sense for you. And you know, it's not for me to help you, not for me to make a decision for you. It's for us to give you the the pros and cons of each direction and educate you to making the best decision for you and for your family. But what are some of the top home renovations for a maximum return on investment? So that's a big issue all the time. Whether you're selling your home, just purchased your first home, or a homeowner planning to stay for a while, there is value in knowing which home improvements projects will net you the most return on investment. And while big projects like adding a bathroom or complete kitchen remodel are popular ways to increase a home's value, something as simple as updating landscaping and curb appeal can have a quick impact on a home's value. So let's look at a few of them. Upgraded landscaping, the return on investment about 105%. That would be add pops of color with flowering, shrubs, trees, installing a nice walkway, planters, fresh mulch. Return on investment, cost to do it about $4,700. Return on investment maybe $5,000 in the sale price. A new roof, that's another one that's got about 105% return on investment. Hardwood floors, you might get your money back. Cost to refinish, $2,500. Return on investment, $2,500. Cost new, $5,500. Return on investment, a little less, $5,000. Patio or deck install, it's about 102%, depending upon how much money you spend. That's the return on investment on that one. Those are just a few ideas. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment. Again, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text Toolkit to 79564. Get that ultimate home finance toolkit and get the mortgage calculators, the affordability worksheet, and access to real-time real estate or real-time interest rates. Let's go back to our conversation. We were chatting about some of the most common questions I see when we're thinking about with regard to credit. What is the ideal number of credit cards to carry? Get a little feedback on there, guys, on the sound. It might be that we're a little over-modulated today. I can't hear anything, but I'm just getting some commentary there. Morning, Hugh. Yeah, you're right. Backyard entertainment, that is great. Although where you're at, you might want to have an air conditioner in the backyard. Might be a little more beneficial. What's the ideal number of credit cards to carry? It depends on what you mean by ideal. Most people just fine with 2 major credit cards. One should be a low-rate card for times when you must carry a balance. And the other should be a card with a grace period. No annual fee is ideal unless you plan to use the card heavily to earn some type of reward. If that's the case, weigh the cost of annual fee against the freebies that you get. If you're asking about the ideal number of cards to obtain a strong credit score, 2 to 3, though you can have many more and still maintain a strong credit rating. Generally, it's a good idea to have at least 4 credit accounts of different types. For example, mortgage, car loan, major credit card, retail card. Keep your cards active by using them periodically. It's good to pay your bill in full each month to avoid the finance charges. Again, remember, how are we paying the bill? That's the biggie. In most instances, you don't have a problem in making multiple payments every month. So here's the idea. Make sure you pay the majority of the bill right before the statement closing date. And then make sure that you get a little bit of a payment in there, minimum payment due, before the payment due date. That way you don't have any late charges or show up as being late on your credit report. But you're maximizing your credit score by making the biggest payment you possibly can right before the statement closing date. My child has a lot of debt. Ouch. I guess I should have had my friend ready here. Ow! What is the best way to help? The best way to help, and unfortunately in this day and age, the schools do nothing for you. The best way to help your child is to give him or her some financial literacy materials to learn about how to manage debt. My guess is that you may be writing because he or she is asking you for a consolidation loan to help pay off debt, and while you want to be helpful, you're not sure that's the right route. First, trust your instincts. If you think your child has trouble handling money, then it's likely you will be just enabling him or her to go a bit longer without having to shape up. Even if your child is truly in deep straits, your loan is unlikely to solve the problem because they're going to borrow the money from you and then go out and continue spending on the credit cards. Give them a gift rather than a loan. You'll never have to worry about whether you'll get paid back, and there will be no hard feelings if you aren't. Agree to lend the money only if your child will agree to sign an official loan agreement. It would also be a good idea to have them set up automatic transfer of payments. There'll be no wondering about whether a check has been mailed. Just a thought for you right there. That's the next question we have. What else do we have? My spouse or parent died and I discovered a lot of debt. Do I have to pay it? In most cases, you're not responsible for another person's debt when they die unless you are a co-signer on the account. If, however, that person was your spouse and you live in a community property state, which we do here in Taxifornia, debts incurred during the marriage are considered community property, and you are likely responsible for them. When a person dies with outstanding debt, the creditor will first look to any co-signers and then to the estate for payment. The creditor may not bother to pursue the debt if it is a small amount, but that's no guarantee. If you're feeling pressured to pay a debt you are not responsible for, if you are not sure whether you have to pay your deceased relative's debt, again, you might want to contact an estate planning attorney. Josh and Laura Meyer handle a lot of that for us. Or a consumer law attorney. We talked about that. Christine Kingston handles that. Great information. We'll continue with more questions for you as we continue. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets where millionaires are buying homes. We'll talk about that when we come back as well. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, it's 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com. Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel Team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRE NMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 01869452 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Word on Wealth segment being brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. You have a credit report and it is wrong. What are you doing about it? Credit Sanitizer has the solutions for you. You just need to go on the website, CreditSanitizer.com, get registered right there, and you'll get an email once a week or so with credit repair tips. And then once you've done that, or if you need to have more personalized service, we'll put you in touch with our friends over at the Credit Advisory Group, and they'll help there. Where millionaires are buying homes in some housing markets across the country, it may feel like you need to be a millionaire just to buy a home. This is truer in some cities than in others. San Francisco, where the Census Bureau data shows the median home is worth over $1 million and comes with sky-high monthly mortgage costs. So we looked at data on the home purchasing habits of $1 million earning households to see where they are buying homes. In order to find places where millionaires are buying homes, we looked at data on two metrics. We looked at all home purchases made in 2016 and compared them to all home purchases made by households earning at least $999,000. So millionaires buy relatively more affordable homes relative to their incomes. Millionaires take on smaller mortgages compared to the average home buyer. According to the data, the average millionaire home buyer has a mortgage to income ratio of 0.71. That number for average home buyer is 2.55. California is the most popular state for millionaires. California leads the way with 5 metro areas in the top 10 and 7 in the top 15. Census Bureau shows that California has the second highest median home value of any state in the country. California is also home to many millionaires. Plus, in some California metros, you need to earn 6 figures just to afford the average home. This leads to a higher proportion of millionaires buying homes relative to the population. San Francisco, Redwood City, South San Francisco, anyone who rents or pays housing costs in those areas probably won't be surprised to see this metro area top the rankings. Overall, about 9,040 homes were bought here in 2016. 158 of those homes were purchased by households earning at least $1 million a year. Even residents earning $1 million per year took out sizable mortgages in that metro. The average household earning at least $1 million per year took out a mortgage of $3.06 million. Next one up, Bridgeport, Stamford, Norwalk, Connecticut metro takes second. The data shows that most home buyers there are wealthy. The average home buyer, for example, had an annual income just shy of $200,000. Of all the area's home buyers, just over 1.5% earned $1 million. San Rafael, California, second of 5 California metro areas, cracked the top 10 list. Let's see what else we have. New York, New Jersey, White Plains, New York is fourth. 5th, Long Beach, Los Angeles, Glendale, California. Sixth, Anaheim, Santa Ana, Irvine, California comes in sixth on the list. West Palm Beach, Boca Raton, Del Rey is number 7 on the list. Miami Beach, number 8. Boston, number 9. Salinas, California rounds out the top 10 list. That is the places where the millionaires are buying homes. That is the Your Credit Matters segment, again brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. So let's continue with our conversation today on the most often asked questions we get at Ron Siegel Radio. I don't have the money to file for bankruptcy. What can I do? So this was from a retired person who only has Social Security income. That barely even covers the monthly rent, utilities, medicines, medical copays, food, etc. That's the question for this one. I'm being hounded for credit card debts, and the debt collectors call day and night. Ooh, yikes, that hurts. Sounds like you have a little income and no assets. If that's the case, it may be you are judgment proof. That means that even if someone tried to sue you, there wouldn't be any way to force you to pay. Creditors generally cannot seize Social Security payments to pay debts. In addition, most retirement accounts, IRAs, pensions, etc., are also protected from creditor claims. Don't dig into your retirement funds to pay those debts. If you're judgment proof, there may be no reason to file for bankruptcy. You might want to talk with a bankruptcy attorney to assess your situation, Christine Kingston, especially if you have assets such as home or money in bank accounts outside of retirement accounts. If you're judgment proof, you'll likely be able to stop the creditors or collectors from contacting you by simply writing a letter indicating that you have no income other than Social Security payments and no assets. Explain that you have no way to pay them and ask them to stop contacting you. At that point, they will likely stop. Keep copies of your letters. Send the letters certified mail again. Keep copies of the correspondences you receive. And if you're sent any papers that indicate they may be trying to sue you, contact that consumer law attorney immediately. Will checking my credit hurt my credit score? Not generally. When you check your own credit report through a service that sells credit reports directly to consumers, that's what's called a soft inquiry. Those inquiries are listed when you review your own credit report, but they are not shown to creditors and do not affect your credit score. You can pull a free copy of your credit report annually from each of the 3 credit reporting agencies, or you can check your credit scores using something like freecreditreport.com. Credit Karma gives you a credit score, not a FICO score, and it's a good idea to review your credit on a regular basis. A couple times a year is probably good for you. How many points does an inquiry take off of your credit report? Inquiries generally count for anywhere from 5 to 10% of your credit score. So if you've got a hard inquiry, that's where somebody else is pulling your credit, then you're looking at somewhere between, usually not more than 25 to 50 points. You have to understand the credit scoring model to get to the real answer to that. Credit scoring model is for FICO, a true FICO, ranges from 350 all the way up to 850. So you've basically got about a 500-point spread there. If you're talking about 5 to 10% of your score, 25 to 50 points. Now, if there's a lot of other issues, then that could be problematic. But in most instances, if you're pulling your credit just once or twice, it's not going to have much of an effect. And think about this. If you had an 850 perfect FICO score and they take off even, say, the full 10%, that would be 50 points off, maybe 55 points off. So you're still looking at a 800, high 700, low 800 score. Still going to be a score that's going to get you whatever you're looking for from a FICO point. Now, I'm not saying it's going to get you the loan, but nobody's going to complain about an 800 FICO score, a 795 FICO score. They might say that you don't make enough money for the loan. They might say that there's other reasons you don't qualify. But the FICO score is not going to be the issue. Next on the list, my ex-husband was supposed to pay this account. He didn't, and it damaged my score. Now what do I do? that's a joint account. It can create problems long after the marriage is over. Even though your ex-spouse is supposed to pay the bill according to the divorce decree, you're still on the hook for the debt to the lender if you are a co-signer. That's because your divorce decree is an agreement between you and your ex. It doesn't erase the original contract you had with the lender. As far as your credit is concerned, the late payment will likely be considered accurate since the account is still yours until it is paid off, closed, or refinanced into your ex-spouse's name. Once in a while, a creditor will agree to remove the late payment from the innocent spouse's credit report, but it may require that it be paid off first. Talk to your divorce attorney about that one as well. You might want to make sure from that instance, you want to be sure that you get any joint credit cards closed. Now, that doesn't mean that they've got to be paid off, but you do want them closed. The party that's in the divorce decree that's required to make that payment may have to make the payment over time, but you want to make sure it's closed so that no new debt can be taken on or established, meaning they can't pay it off and then repay it and pay it off and repay it. And as long as your name was on that list, you are still responsible. Just the way it goes on that one. Didn't get to all of the list. We thought we might get to all of them, and sometimes that happens where we run out of time because I'd like to try and give you as much good information as we can. Set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today, and of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We will talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.